just
And like so far, they've taken like almost $1,200 from me. It's a struggle. Like I'm struggling to get the babysitter paid to keep an eye on the kids. You know, that's my rent money that they've taken from me, my babysitter money, my car insurance money. Like I completely understand I owe money for whatever reasons, but times are tough right now. I'm struggling. I really am. Sorry.
Stop. You can't just take off. You're not here live, so you don't get visual cues about when to speak and when not to speak. The lawyers don't do what you did, just go off and interrupt the judge and keep talking. So I'll give you a chance to say everything you wish to say, but I don't like this a bit. It was a shabby apartment with high rent. You got evicted. You ended up with, to give you some background information here, Mr. McCarroll was a very difficult landlord here in St. Joseph County for a number of years. He rented a number of substandard, shabby apartments around the county, and he had this terrible scheme of supplemental damages. They would file these inflated claims for supplemental damages, and rarely did the defendants ever show up. So I've entered dozens, if not hundreds, of these shoddy damage complaints in Mr. McCarroll's apartments. He would charge certain fees for everything. $5 a light bulb, $10 a bag of garbage, some screwy way he did it. I tried to get legal aid to represent one or more of the defendants over the years, was never able to do so. So I did dozens of these, maybe hundreds, and disliked every one of them. But I thought, well, he's never going to be able to collect from these people, so I'm not sure what is going to happen. Anyway, he passed away, and one of his assets was all of these outstanding judgments. This one's 16 years old. It's been renewed. And now Velo is representing somebody, or bought the debt, I'm not sure, in an attempt to collect all of these old judgments. Miss Carey is one of the defendants. She and a co-defendant, Timothy Keeler, I think the property was in Sturgis on Lakeview Street, if I recall.
Yes.
There's a substantial amount due on this judgment, and the problem is, as I indicated, these judgments all entered by default. Nobody ever showed up to challenge them. And they entered, and they've been on the books, and Mr. McCarroll was never able to collect on them, but he's passed on, and now these debts still exist, at least in some form. So this is filed as a plaintiff's objection to installment payments, and that was filed on May 18th. Objection to motion for installment payments, demand for protection of documents and proof of service. Mr. Keeler is not here, so I guess he's a non-issue here this morning, or this afternoon. Mr. Katz, what's your position?
Well, Your Honor, you have me at a slight disadvantage. I wasn't aware of the involved backstory on these cases. However, the plaintiff's office is basically requesting that the motion for installment payment as filed be denied based on the amount due, and the fact that at this point, if we were to adopt the defendant's payment strategy, this would take roughly another 17 years.
Which sounds about right. Miss Carey, my characterization of your tenancy with Mr. McCarroll, how would you say that went?
Well, we had issues with our heat, and I don't recall how I could owe that much money, for instance. Sorry, crazy. It's making me.
I can't hear you very well.
Sorry. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I'm at work and I'm in the car and trying to make it work. But yeah, we had issues with our heat and everything. I was astonished to even find out that I owed this guy this much money. To be honest, I mean, like, because I don't ever see how I could owe somebody that much money. We only stayed there for 2 months, maybe 3 months.
Well, let me stop you for a minute. That ship sailed a long time ago.
Yeah.
You had a hearing regarding the damages and you didn't show up. I didn't like it. I did dozens of these, which I thought were grossly unfair to the defendants. The defendants didn't show up. I could not represent the defendant's interest at these hearings, although I made some efforts to do that. I could never get legal aid to represent anybody. When you don't show up, you lose. So he made claims, even if I thought they were outrageous or unreasonable. Nobody showed up.
And
so the judgment ended. So you can't now challenge the amount of the debt.
Okay, and I don't interrupt you, sir. But I know I came to court and I saw you, but I don't recall anything.
That was at the landlord tenant hearing where I gave you an amount. Some of this is rent, some of it may be utilities, some of it is court costs. I don't even remember the entire amount. Yeah. Anyway, they want you to pay. They don't even have anything to do with this debt. Mr. McCarroll is dead. Somebody else owns the debt. I'm not even exactly clear who it is. Judith McCarroll, his spouse, they were divorced, and she may have gotten these assets, these judgments, as part of the divorce. I don't exactly remember how it went. So this is 16 years ago. Somebody took the time to renew this debt as it got close to 10 years. Now it's 16 years old and you still owe it. It's been on the books for years. Nobody's tried to challenge it. You're willing to pay $50 a month. They would like something like $600 a month, something that would resolve it in a couple of months. So I just...
And like so far, they've taken like almost $1,200 from me. It's a struggle. Like I'm struggling to get the babysitter paid, to keep an eye on the kids. You know, that's my rent money that they've taken from me, my babysitter money, my car insurance money. Like I completely understand I owe money for whatever reasons, but times are tough right now. I'm struggling. I really am. Sorry.
Stop. You can't just take off. You're not here live, so you don't get visual cues about when to speak and when not to speak. The lawyers don't do what you did, just go off and interrupt the judge and keep talking. So I'll give you a chance to say everything you wish to say, but I don't like this a bit. It was a shabby apartment with high rent. You got evicted. You ended up with this judgment that you didn't respond to, so you got defaulted. It's 16 years old. The original owner of the debt isn't even alive, and they want to take your rent money and children's food money to pay on this old debt. And I don't like it, and I guess I don't have to. But we have to set up some sort of...
And there's the ruling. Instead of allowing aggressive collection efforts to continue, the judge crafts a middle ground solution: monthly payments in exchange for protection from wage and bank garnishments. It's a reminder that judges don't always get to erase old debts, but they can sometimes soften the impact. What would you have done in this situation? Enforce the debt strictly, or give the defendant an even bigger break? Tell us below.
Repayment agreement, or they will be able to continue to garnish your wages, your bank account, your tax refunds, at least state tax refunds. So where are you employed?
I'm employed at Amazon.
In the warehouse or driver?
Yes, sir.
In the warehouse?
Yes, sir. And
You are jointly and severally responsible for this debt with your co-defendant, Mr. Keeler. He's not here, so he's going to continue to be subject to garnishment. You offered $50 a month. Can you pay $100 per month?
I can do that.
All right, allow $100 per month starting July 15th, 2026. That will foreclose any wage garnishments. Or bank garnishments. They can still garnish your state income tax. Soon, Mr. Katz, I will be gone at the end of the year. Nobody will remember any of this stuff. But I'm still here and I still remember it. I find that the defendant may pay the judgment $100 every month starting July 15th. $2026. As for Mr. Keeler, he's still subject to the eviction or the garnishment. Anyway, $100 a month is better than a poke in the eye. It's a lot of money for you. Does whittle away at it. You're jointly and severally liable. If they seize a bunch of money from him and the debt's paid, then you're off the hook.
Okay.
But at this point, that's my order. You've got to pay $100 a month. Are you still at the South Main Street address in Three Rivers?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right, you'll get a copy of that in the mail. Mr. Katz, we've probably got more of these coming. But that's the best I got as a solution to this. And Miss Carey, this is paying for a real old judgment from a long time ago. I don't know what else to say, but as long as you pay $100 a month, they can't garnish your wages or your bank accounts, and that's important to you.
It is. Thank you.
Have any further questions?
No, sir. Sorry.
Good to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, welcome everyone else. We've got some other cases.